remembering those that perished on the sinking of the RMS Titanic on April 15, 1912. The information provided was obtained and used from findagrave.com. This video contains passengers with the last name starting with W. The remaining passengers will follow shortly. Akil Waylands, age 22, born in Belgium. He was a farmhand and was traveling to Ohio to take part in the sugar beet campaign. Akil boarded the Titanic and was a third-class passenger. His body was recovered by the Mackay Bennett and listed as number 140. Akil was buried in Canada. The next victim is William Anderson Walker, age 48, born in England. He was a resident of New Jersey. William boarded the Titanic and was a first-class passenger. His body, if recovered, was never identified. The next victim is Frederick Ware, age 34, born in England. He was a third-class passenger and his body was never recovered. Frederick's occupation was listed as a mechanic. The next victim is John James Ware, age 46, born in England. He was a painter and decorator. He boarded the Titanic with his wife as second-class passengers and were traveling to Connecticut. Due to the coal strike, they were transferred to the Titanic. John intended to start up a carpentry trade and took his tools and household effects with him along with $1,250 in cash. John perished in the sinking and his body, if recovered, was never identified. The next victim is William Jeffrey Ware, age 22, born in England. He was a blacksmith and was married. After visiting his father in South Africa, he boarded the Titanic and was a second-class passenger. William was accompanied by several gentlemen and were traveling to Montana. His body, if recovered, was never identified. William's cenotaph is located in England. The next victim is Charles William Warren, age 30, born in England. His occupation was listed as a bricklayer. Charles was a third-class passenger and his body was never recovered. The next victim is Frank Manley Warren, age 63, born in Maine. He boarded the Titanic with his wife and were first-class passengers. He helped his wife into the lifeboat, then stepped back. Frank's cenotaph is located in Oregon. The next victim is Yusuf Ahmed Wasley, age 22, born in Syria. He was a farmer and boarded the Titanic as a third-class passenger. Yusuf's destination is unknown. His body, if recovered, was never identified. The next victim is James Weber, age 65, born in England. His occupation was listed as a miner. James was a third-class passenger and his body was never recovered. His cenotaph is located in South Africa. The next victim is Colonel John Robert Weir, age 59, born in Scotland. During the Spanish-American War, he was appointed Quartermaster General by President McKinley. He was president of the Nevada-Utah Mines and Smelters Corporation. John made a fortune in western mining before returning to Scotland. Included is a picture of the home he built 10 years prior to his death. John's cenotaph is located in Illinois. The next victim is Leopold Wise, age 36, born in Hungary. He was married and in 1911, he was contracted to carve the stone shields representing Canada's 9 provinces, which decorate the Dominion Express building. He also carved the frieze for the Montreal Museum of Fine Arts. Both examples of his work still remain. He went back to England to bring his wife back to Canada. They were booked on another ship, but due to the coal strike, they were transferred to the Titanic and were first-class passengers. Before departure, he sewed his life savings into the lining of his coat worth $15,000. Leopold's wife survived the sinking, but he did not. His body was recovered by the Mackay Bennett and listed as number 293. The money was returned back to his wife. Leopold was buried in Canada. The next victim is Olaf Edvin Wendell, age 20, born in Sweden. He was traveling to Minnesota and was accompanied by another gentleman and were third-class passengers. Both perished in the sinking and their bodies were never recovered. The next victim is Edwy Arthur West, age 36, born in England. He boarded the Titanic with his wife and 2 daughters, and were second-class passengers. They all survived, but Edwy did not. Edwy's cenotaph is located in England. The next victim is Hilda Westrom, age 14, born in Sweden. Her aunt traveled to Sweden to bring her back to California, where her father lived. They were third-class passengers and both perished in the sinking. Their bodies were never recovered. The next victim is Edward Henry Whedon, age 65, born in Guernsey. He was a farmer and boarded the Titanic as a second-class passenger. Edward perished in the sinking and his body was never recovered. The next victim is Edwin Charles Wheeler, age 26, born in England. He was a second-class passenger and his body, if recovered, was never identified. The next victim is the White family. Father, Percival Wayland White, age 54, born in Massachusetts. He was a successful cotton manufacturer from Maine. He boarded the Titanic with his son and were first-class passengers. Percival's body was never recovered. His cenotaph is located in Massachusetts. Son, Richard Fraser White, age 21, born in Massachusetts. He had just graduated, and his father marked the occasion by arranging a celebratory excursion abroad Europe. Richard's body was recovered by the Mackay Bennett and listed as number 169. He was buried in Massachusetts. The next victim is Colonel George Dennick-Wick, age 57, born in Ohio. He was vice president of the Youngstown Sheet and Tube. He embarked on a European tour in an effort to restore his health. His wife, his daughter, a cousin, and the cousin's aunt accompanied him. They were first-class passengers. George was last seen on the deck waving goodbye to them as the lifeboat was leaving. His body was never recovered. George's cenotaph is located in Ohio. The next victim is Carl Peter Widegren, age 51, born in Sweden. His occupation was listed as a sailor and was returning back to New York after visiting his son. Carl was a third-class passenger and his body, if recovered, was never identified. The next victim is the Widener family. Father, George Denton Widener Sr., age 50, born in Pennsylvania. Son, Harry Elkins Widener, age 27, born in Pennsylvania. George traveled to France, along with his wife, son, and the family maid. He had intentions of finding a chef for the family hotel, the Ritz-Carlton. George's wife and the maid survived the sinking, but he and his son did not. George and Harry's bodies, if recovered, was never identified. Their cenotaph is located in Pennsylvania. Included is pictures of their mansion and the library located at Harvard University. Harry also played the husband in the 1907 Hasty Pudding show, The Lotus Eaters. The next victim is the Wickland brothers. Carl Johan Wickland, age 18. Jacob Alfred Wickland, age 17. Both were born in Finland and were farmers. They boarded the Titanic and was accompanied by a female friend. They were traveling to Canada. Jacob's body was recovered and listed as number 314. He was buried in Canada. Carl's body was never recovered. The next victim is Aaron Willer, age 36, born in Russia. His occupation was listed as a tailor. Aaron was a third-class passenger and was traveling to Illinois. His body, if recovered, was never identified. He was married and had 5 children. Aaron went under several names including Aaron Weller and Harry Willer. The insurance claims were $50,000 in life and $10,000 in property. His wife received $3,260 from American Red Cross and an additional $2,500 from other relief funds. Aaron was carrying $200 in cash. The next victim is Edward John Wiley, age 20, born in Wales. He was a third-class passenger and his body was never recovered. Edward's occupation was listed as a farm laborer. He is possibly remembered on his parents' headstone. The next victim is Charles Dwayne Williams, age 51, born in Pennsylvania. He was a lawyer and was traveling with his son to Pennsylvania. They were first-class passengers. As the Titanic was sinking, they both were on the deck and both eventually started swimming in the cold water. It is said that one of the funnels fell on Charles, killing him. His son was able to narrowly escape and was picked up by a lifeboat. The doctors wanted to amputate his son's leg damaged by hypothermia, but declined. He became a tennis star and Olympic gold medalist, winning 7 Davis Cups. Charles's body, if recovered, was never identified. His cenotaph is located in Pennsylvania. The next victim is Fletcher Fellows Lambert Williams, age 43, born in Massachusetts. He was married and was the managing director of the Mono Service Company. It manufactured paper cups. He was a first-class passenger and his body was never recovered. Fletcher's cenotaph is located in Massachusetts at the family plot. The next victim is Howard Hugh Williams, age 27, born in Guernsey. He was a third-class passenger and his body was never recovered. Howard's occupation was listed as a delivery driver. He is remembered on a plaque in Guernsey. The next victim is Leslie Williams, age 23, born in Wales. He was a professional boxer and was traveling to the United States for a series of fights, along with another boxer. His ring weight was 122 pounds. He was married and had one son. Both boxers perished in the sinking. Leslie's body was recovered by the Mackay Bennett and listed as number 14. He was buried at sea on April 22, 1912. Leslie's hair was fair in color, and he was wearing a green overcoat, blue serge suit, red striped shirt and 2 scarves. Effects were 2 pocketbooks, 2 gold rings, and a pair of silver cufflinks. He had a ticket, papers, a knife, 3 pounds, 10 shillings, and $30 in gold. Also were 2 pounds, 6 shillings, and 6 pence in silver and copper coins. The next victim is Einar Windelove, age 21, born in Denmark. He was a third-class passenger and his body was never recovered. Einar's occupation was listed as a dairy worker. The next victim is Albert Wurz, age 27, born in Switzerland. He was a farmer and was immigrating to the United States. Albert boarded the Titanic and was accompanied by a friend, and they were third-class passengers. His body was recovered by the Mackay Bennett and listed as number 131. He was transferred to Wisconsin and was buried on May 12, 1912. Albert's hair was dark and his mustache was fair. He was wearing a dark suit, woolen socks, and buckle shoes. Effects were 2 watches, brass chain, 1 ink pot, matchbox, knife, a memory book, and an insurance book, along with a passport, keys, an empty purse, and 36 cents in purse. On September 5, 1996, Albert finally received a headstone. The next victim is Philip Wiseman, age 53, born in Canada. He was a third-class passenger and his body was never recovered. Philip's occupation was listed as a merchant. The next victim is Camillus Aloysius Wittevrangel, age 36, born in Belgium. He was married and his occupation was listed as a farmer. Camillus was a third-class passenger and was traveling to Michigan. His body, if recovered, was never identified. The next victim is George Henry Wright, age 62, born in Canada. He was a well-traveled, rich, but private individual with a social conscience. He created a subdivision in Canada to integrate housing for the rich and poor. George's house and two of his buildings still stand in downtown Halifax. He was a first-class passenger, and he perished in the sinking. George's body, if recovered, was never identified. His cenotaph is located in Canada. If you like this content, please consider liking, sharing, and subscribing to my channel at MeTime806. Thank you very much.